Let's make mealy pie dough. It's a delicious pie dough. It's light and flaky. We teach you flaky pie dough, mealy pie dough. Mealy pie dough being the strongest of the pie doughs. I don't know if I've gone over this with you before, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Mealy pie dough is strong to bake custard pies. Flaky pie dough, more of a blind baked pie crust. Really in a bakery, in real life situation, you make one really nice, great pie dough, and it's used unilaterally across the board for all the pies that you're creating. So we're going to make it, we call it mealy, and so I have my dry ingredients, my butter all chopped up, and we're going to try and, like I've always talked about, almost like in a laminated dough. I think that's how I think of pie dough. So we're going to try and keep the gluten relaxed, and so we're going to do that by using really cold products. It really helps it a lot. We're going to make it by hand in this hotel pan, and I'm going to use my bench knife to cut in my butter and my fat. A long time ago, it used to be we dissolved our salt in the water, and I just don't really like that. I think all my dry products can go in together. I don't think I need to dissolve it, because once that butter hits it, and this is an all butter pie crust, the salt, in my opinion, really liquefies and becomes part of the pie dough, and it works beautifully. So I have my dry. I'm going to put all my flour, which, can I undo this is the question. I should have undone this before I started, but here we go. Not redoing it. All right, there's a good twisty there. So I'm going to put all my dry ingredients, my flours, my sugar, and my salt in this hotel pan. This is always deadly for me, because I'm on camera. I've got to do it. Here we go. I got it. My sugar. There we go. It's flour. I'm going to add my sugar and my salt, and then my butter is cut up, and I'm just going to start incorporating this butter and cutting it in, just like we did with our streusel. I'll show you what I'm looking for. Okay, so I have my butter already cut up. I have it very cold. I have my water measured, but I added ice to it. If it's coming out of the region where it's been cold, I think that's cold enough, but I quite like mine set out a little bit, so I needed to add a little ice. Cold product makes the best pie dough. Where did my bench knife go? So I'm going to start coming in here and cutting in my fat into my flour, and I want it small. I want like pea-sized pieces in there. And so I'm going to stop the video here so you don't have to suffer through me doing this for a very long time. But it's a great way. I had an assistant many years ago who would make all of her pie dough in the freezer, in the walk-in freezer. I say it was just really beautiful pie dough. And because she kept everything really cold, gluten was always really not allowed to get exercise and make your pie dough tough. That's what does it. So we're going to, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to come back and show you what we're looking for before I add my water, and we mix it all together. Mealy pie dough. I have my butter cut in pretty well. I think it's broken up in pretty good sizes. I might have some bigger ones that I need to break up by hand, but I think I'm pretty good. I have my cold water, my bench knife. I'm just going to come in here and start adding it. Use my bench knife to kind of stir it together. It's a nice big batch of pie dough. Here, keep stirring it. I'm going to bring it together. I'm just going to take my time. I don't really want to stir it, but I do want to get all the wet broken up into it. Bench knife do all the work for me. Okay, I'm going to stop it here and I'm going to put it all together and so you don't have to suffer through it too. Okay, hang in there.